Hello, I'm Dr. Sundari Mase, Sonoma County's Public Health Officer. I'm here to again share the latest updates on coronavirus in Sonoma County. So as of April 13th, we have 147 cases of confirmed COVID. That's 5 new cases over the weekend. 84 are active, 61 are recovered. We do have 2 deaths and 3,626 tests have been performed to date. What's new today? Well, today I'm issuing a health officer order requiring everyone to wear facial coverings to help stop the spread of coronavirus here in Sonoma County. This was a guidance last week, but now I am turning it into an order, and the order goes into effect on Friday. So by Friday, everyone must be wearing facial coverings in the circumstances as stated in the orders I'm going to go over right now. You have to wear a facial covering when you enter an indoor facility, such as a grocery store, any enclosed space, and any outdoor space where you cannot follow social distancing guidelines of keeping 6 feet away from others at all times. What is a facial covering? A facial covering is any fabric that covers your mouth and nose. It should fit snugly, but comfortably against the side of your face. You can secure it with ties or ear loops. It could include multiple layers of fabric, and of course, it has to allow for breathing without restriction. It can be washed, so you can wash it daily or every other day and wear it as long as it's not damaged with holes or tears or any kind of compromise to that facial covering. If it doesn't fit over your mouth and your nose, discard it and get another facial covering. Now, people do not need to buy these facial coverings. You can make them yourself. There's plenty of patterns that are on the internet. You could use a scarf, a bandana. You could sew your own mask from old t-shirts, any kind of old leftover fabric. Just make sure that you use a facial covering in the instances that I've mentioned. Now, another important part of this order is applies to employers that are operating under the March 31st shelter-in-place order. So if you are an employer that has an essential business, then if employees are required to leave their residence to work at your business, then you must make sure that your employees comply with this order. You can supply your employees with facial coverings, or you can make sure that your employees have access to facial coverings, or you can ensure that your employees are using their own facial coverings. So however you get everybody to wear a facial covering, you need to do so and be in compliance with the order. What are the exceptions? Well, this order does not apply to a person when they're driving alone in their car or with members of their households, unless the windows of your car are lowered so you're interacting with first responders, food service workers, or other persons who are not members of your household. So if you go through a drive-through, then you need to have a facial covering when you pick up your food at the window. Facial coverings shouldn't be placed per CDC guidance on children under age 2 or anyone who's unable to remove the mask without assistance. And we also really ask that you do not buy commercial medical grade masks. Please do not use N95 respirators, surgical masks, or other isolation masks that our healthcare workers are in dire need for. Remember, these facial coverings are meant to protect the public from you. You're not protecting yourself from coronavirus. What you're doing is ensuring that if you had coronavirus, but you are asymptomatic, you're not giving it to other people. Facial coverings are not a substitute for social distancing. We still recommend social distancing. Make sure that you wash your hands before you put your facial covering on, after you touch your facial covering, and after you remove the facial covering. And in fact, try not to touch the facial covering whenever possible, because you don't want to inoculate yourself with the virus if it's attached to your facial covering. The health order is more than a recommendation or guidance, it's an order. Therefore, if you do not comply with the order, you could be charged with a misdemeanor, a fine, or both. We're taking this very seriously. I know this is hard for everybody and it feels strange, But we have here in Sonoma County pulled through tough times before and emerged stronger. We know we can do this together, but we can't do it without your help. So we are flattening the curve, as you can see, and it's something that we can do only with your full involvement. So please do follow the order for facial coverings. And thanks for joining, and we'll talk tomorrow.